Welcome back to This Is How I Science, a video series where we interview some of the science community's most brilliant and diverse minds.
My name is Alexis Wilson. I'm an environmental scientist, and this is How I Science.
I'd love to hear about, because I'm always fascinated by the obstacles that are in our way, because I had my own, I'm sure you had your own. What were some of those obstacles? And when you had to overcome those obstacles, what did you find in yourself that alleviated you from those situations?
It's just self-doubt, honestly, and feeling like you don't belong. So constantly being in situations where you're the only person who looks like you, it really gets to you at some point. And it makes you question, like, am I here by a fluke? Like, did I earn my spot here? Because I had never really experienced that before. And so I was like, this is weird. My family always told me, like, you're smart, you're competent, like you've earned the places that you've gotten to. And so I was like, yeah. And then I got to these spaces and I'm like, well, this is weird. No one else here even has the background that I have. And so it really makes you start to reflect, like, and then you do literally have people telling you got here because of this program, or you only got here because we're trying to fill a number, like you didn't earn your spot. And so, having people actually tell you that can have an impact. But really at some point I was just like, I know what I've accomplished. I know that I've put in the time, the effort to get here, to earn my place here. And so I don't really let anyone take that from me. And in terms of, how it feels, I try to describe it as it's like being invisible in a room, but also being hyper visible at the same time. And so it's like you feel like you're being ignored, like no one sees you, but then at the same time, you feel like everyone sees you and everyone's looking at you and judging you. And so you just kind of have to balance that. And like I said, I do it by reminding myself that I got here because I deserve to be there. And that I worked hard for it. And I have people that support me to help me remember that, through hard times. So it's not easy. And that's why I don't want to continue to be the only person. I want to increase, diversity, because it's not a easy, position to be in.
And I'd love to hear your opinion on what you feel like the future looks like for inclusion, for diversity in the scientific community.
I've been in a lot of conversations with people, and there seems like there's a bigger push to really try to tackle this issue. And so I'm hopeful that that's true. And one thing I try to remind people and institutions is that the answer is simply not just getting more XYZ diverse people in the room, but it's making sure that that space is open to them, that space has support, institutional support, that the culture is changed to where when they get there, it's not a hostile environment. It's not a place that pushes them out. And so that's something that I want to see change, real institutional change and real support for a more diverse workplace and a more diverse, geoscience community. And so I'm hopeful that it doesn't take another 40 years for this change to happen. I don't see any reason why it can't happen today. So, let's get on it and let's start really trying to figure out, starting even from younger ages, how do we encourage students to, pursue career paths that they think that they can't be a part of? How do we have programs that actually supports the development of these students, so that it doesn't take them from, I'm interested in science, and then they have to figure out the whole thing on their own. So that's kind of my hopes and dreams. And I hope that I hope it doesn't take 40 years for that to become a reality. So
it has been a real delight speaking with you, Alexis. And I'm sure that all the people that tune in to listen to this and watch this will be inspired by your journey, inspired by your honesty. And I really wish you a lot of luck in your future endeavors. And just like you said, we need each other on this journey. We need each other, and we're going to work hard to create and promote inclusiveness in the scientific community. And you are a wonderful mentor to all of us. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for your time. Thermo Fisher Scientific and I want to hear from you. We want to hear how you promote awareness, how you promote inclusion. We want to see your photos and your videos using the hashtag #ThisIsHowIScience.